What's going on, guys? It's Salvaje and we're back with another Fortnite Save the World Beginner's Guide. And yes, I am part of the Fortnite Supporter Creator Program. If you guys use my code Salvaje, that would help me out a lot, specifically since I'm a small channel. But in this video, I'm going to be teaching you guys 10 things that you should not do when starting to play Fortnite Save the World. These are 10 things that I learned from my own experience, as well as, of course, the experience of my friends. With that said, let's get started. Alright, tip number 1, don't recycle your stuff just to level up new stuff. Let's say that you have a level 10 assault rifle and you get a brand new sniper. Don't recycle that assault rifle just to level up the brand new sniper, okay? And the reason for that is this. Let's say that you recycle that assault rifle. You could have just recycled one of the best assault rifles in the game just to level up one of the worst sniper rifles in the game. Reason number 2 is, let's say that you get a daily to get assault rifle kills. Well, guess what? You recycled the only assault rifle that you had, so now you can't really get assault rifle kills because you don't have an assault rifle that's really good and consistent. When you're first starting out in Save the World, you don't know what weapons and what heroes are good or great, unless of course you check out my beginner's guide playlist in the description. That is of course going to be teaching you guys what are some great weapons and heroes, of course, from Save the World. But that's besides the point. The point is, when you first start out in Save the World, you don't know what's good and what's bad. And on top of all that, you don't want to recycle your schematics and your heroes, because if you ever need to use them, that's right, they're basically just leveled up. Don't make the mistakes even intermediate players make, guys. Make sure that if you get a weapon or you get a brand new hero and you want to level them up, hey, just grind for the XP and level up that specific weapon or hero instead of just recycling your old heroes and weapons. Tip number 2, alright, this is something that I see also a lot of brand new Save the World players doing. They put everything in the collection book just because they want those collection book V-Bucks. Fun fact, I think after like the second time that you get 500 V-Bucks from the collection book, you're not going to get 500 V-Bucks basically until the collection book is like what, level 95 or something like that. So putting things in the collection book just to level up the collection book is a stupid idea. Now, at the moment of me making this video, you know, you can take out things from the collection book by paying 20 V-Bucks, but honestly, it's just not worth it. And that leads me forward to my third tip. Don't retire your schematics and your heroes. If you are sure you do not want to use them anymore and you have made your research on them and you know that it is not really a great hero or it is not really a great weapon and you don't have space in your armory for it, make sure that before you retire a weapon or a hero that you place them in the collection book. And if you have them on the collection book, guess what? You can just retire them or recycle them. Now, if you're familiar with my Fortnite Quick Tips playlist, you also know that you can always transform green schematics and green heroes and defenders into blue survivors, and basically you can get training manuals like that. So that's why you should honestly, for the most part, never really retire even the green stuff. But talking about survivors, that leads me forward to my number 4 thing that you should not do when starting Fortnite Save the World, and that is retiring survivors. When you're first starting Fortnite Save the World, when you're in Stonewood, do not retire any of the survivors that you have or any of the survivors that you get. And the reason for that is because survivors are very crucial to your power level in Fortnite Save the World. And some of you guys that are watching this video are completely new to the game. Go to my Fortnite Save the World guide playlist in the description, and I have a detailed, easy to understand but also a short guide on Fortnite Save the World survivor squads. After you watch that video, you're going to understand how to use survivors to the best of their abilities. Alright, tip number 5, guys, don't overbuild on missions. Alright, look at the screenshot. This dude on this mission completely overbuilt for no reason whatsoever. Keep in mind, this is a mission where all of us are so overpowered that the Husk aren't even going to get to the base, and yet he still decided to overbuild. It's completely cool, you know, there's nothing wrong with that. That's his playstyle, he wants to do it. But as an advanced player, I'm here telling you guys, when you first start out and Save the World, make sure that you find out what are the builds that are effective for the specific mission that you're doing. What's that? You don't know what builds to rock? Okay, check out my Fortnite Quick Tips playlist, and in that playlist I give you guys some of the best builds for all modes across Fortnite Save the World, so that of course you don't have to be, you know, sort of experimenting with specific builds, okay? Now, the next tip, tip number 6, don't put only walls on the objectives that you are defending. Okay, when you put only a wall, a smasher is going to smash through the wall, And to prevent the smasher from smashing, you can either place a half floor in front of a wall, or you can place a stair in front of a wall. Tip number 7 for starting Save the World players: do not upgrade multiple weapons and multiple heroes. I remember when I got to Canny Valley, which is the 3rd area in Fortnite Save the World, I probably only had about 4 weapons that I used and that I actually had leveled up all the way up to level 30. And the reason for that is because in Fortnite Save the World, you don't really need to have multiple weapons and multiple heroes leveled up to like the max level of the current area that you're at. Specifically, when you're starting the game, your schematic XP, your hero XP is something that you want to be placing towards heroes and schematics that are worth it. And if you don't know which weapons are good or bad, check out my Fortnite Save the World weapon reviews playlist. I have made it my mission to review the base game weapons so that all of you guys can have a general understanding of what weapons in the base game are good and what weapons are bad. Tip number 8 is pretty simple: avoid trading with shady people. There are people in Stonewood and Plankertown that will purposely ask you to trade with them, or they'll put you in a trading box just so that they can scam you. When you want to trade with others, just follow my advice and follow Salvaje's rule. What's Salvaje's rule? Salvaje's rule is this: you give me what I want first, and then I give you what you want. Otherwise, there's no trade. And if they say no and they don't want to follow Salvaje's rule, it's no big deal, alright? Because again, trading isn't something that you need to do when you first start out in the game. Alright, tip number 9, don't go out of your way to farm copper, silver, or malachite ore, okay? The reality is that a lot of people on YouTube in the Save the World community have made it look like you absolutely need like 1,000 silver, 1,000 copper ore, 1,000 malachite. You don't. And trust me, I am telling you this from experience. When I was in Plankertown, I had like 150 silver and I never ran out of it, because if you play the mission, if you progress through the story, you are going to get copper ore and silver ore basically just by playing the game. All right, now tip number 10, and this is the last and final one: if you're starting Save the World, don't recruit heroes and weapons, specifically if of course you don't know which heroes and which weapons are good and bad. And of course, if you want to, find out which weapons are good, you can check out my Fortnite weapon reviews playlist. I'll be seeing you guys on my next Fortnite Save the World video. And if you enjoyed this video, you could drop it a like. And if you don't have time for a like, hey, just feel free to support me as part of the Support a Creator program using my code Salvaje. Thank you guys very much, and I hope you found this video helpful. If you have any questions, ask them in the comments. I answer all of the comments.